Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss the first order reaction. So in the first order reaction, the expression for the velocity constant for the first order reaction, then characteristic feature for the first order reaction, and examples of the first order reaction. So let us begin. What is meant by first order reaction? The first order reaction, here n is equal to 1, and we know that order of reaction, it is denoted by symbol n. So in the first order reaction, n is equal to 1, and the first order reaction is that whose rate depends on the concentration of the single reactant only. Or here we can say that rate is determined by the variation of one concentration term only, or only one concentration term determine the rate of reaction. So such reactions are called as the first order reaction. Generally here the first order reactions are decomposition reaction or intermolecular changes. The radioactivity phenomenon also shows the first order reaction. So here the second point is expression for the velocity constant, and it is denoted by symbol K1. So let us consider a general chemical reaction A, which gives product. Suppose here we start with the A moles per liter of the reactant A. That means the small a is the initial concentration of the reactant A. After time t, suppose x moles per liter of it have decomposed. Therefore, the concentration of A after time t, it is a minus x moles per liter. So all of you know that in the chemical kinetic, these three terms are very important. That is A, x and A minus x. So here then according to the law of mass action, let us apply the law of mass action to this reaction just to write the rate law expression A, which gives product. So here the rate is equal to minus dCA by dt. So here the dCA, that is a change in concentration of A with respect to t. So this is the rate dCA by dt. Here there is a negative sign because here as the reaction proceed further, the concentration of the reactant A decreases. That's why here there is a negative sign. So minus dCA by dt is equal to, this can be written as minus d in bracket A minus x divided by dt is equal to minus dA by dt plus dx by dt. Here small a is the initial concentration of the reactant A and it is a constant term. So dA by dt, that is a, it is a derivative of A with respect to t. A is constant, so derivative of constant is always equal to 0. That's why this term is equal to 0. Then here we can say that rate is equal to dx by dt. So here dx by dt, that is the rate, is directly proportional to the A minus x. This is as per law of mass action. So here dx by dt is equal to k1 into A minus x. Here the k1 is the proportionality constant and it is called as the rate constant or the specific reaction rate constant. The expression for the rate constant k may be derived as follows. So this is the equation 2. So here equation 2 can be rearranged in this way. Dx upon A minus x is equal to k1 into dt, and this is the equation number 3. Just to obtain the expression for the velocity constant for the first order reaction, we have to derive this equation 3 by using the proper limit. So here integration of dx upon A minus x from the limit 0 to x is equal to integration of k1 into dt from the limit 0 to t. Here the k1 is constant, it is a velocity constant, it is written out of integral sign. So k1 into integration of dt from the limit 0 to t. So here integration of dx upon A minus x, its integration is minus ln a minus x. Here the value of the limits are from 0 to x. So, here the k1 it remain as it is, integration of dt is t from the limit 0 to t. So, let us substitute the value of the limits. First substitute the upper limit, then substitute the lower limit. So, minus ln in bracket a minus x plus the lower limit is 0, here instead of x substitute the 0. So, plus ln a is equal to k1. So, here t minus t0, that is the t. So, this equation can be rearranged in this way, that is a ln a upon a minus x is equal to k1 into t. Again the rearrangement, the k1 is equal to 1 upon t ln a upon a minus x. So, here the ln means log to the base e. Just to convert base e into the base 10 by using the rule of change of base of logarithm, here we have to multiply by 2.303, and this expression can be written as k1 is equal to 2.303 divided by t log of a upon a minus x to the base 10. This is the equation number 4, and this is the expression for velocity constant for the first order reaction. It is also known as kinetic equation for the first order reaction. Then the next point is characteristic of first order reaction. So, here these are given below. Let us consider one by one. The first characteristic feature is nature of graph. So, the expression for velocity constant for the first order reaction k1 is equal to 2.303 divided by t log of a upon a minus x. This equation can be rearranged. So, 2.303 log of a upon a minus x is equal to k1 into t. Then this can be written as log of a upon a minus x is equal to k1 upon 2.303 into t. So, here log of a minus x is equal to k1 upon 2.303 into t minus log of a minus x is equal to k1 upon 2.303 into t minus log a, and multiply by minus 1 to the both side. Here you can write the equation log a minus x is equal to minus k1 into t divided by 2.303, here minus minus plus. So, plus log of a, this is the equation number 5, and equation 5 is the form of the straight line, that is a y is equal to mx plus c. So, here this is the y, this is the mx, that is a k1 into t divided by 2.303 plus log c, that is the c. Here if we plot the graph of log of a minus x versus t, here the nature of the graph is in this way. So, log of a minus x versus t, this is the nature of the graph. So, here determine the slope of the line, and here from this equation slope is equal to minus k1 divided by 2.303, because here the value of the x is t. So, here the slope is equal to minus k1 divided by 2.303. So, here if we determine the slope of this line, the slope of this line is negative. Here negative into negative, it will become positive, and finally, the value of the k1 is positive. This is the first graphical representation of the first order reaction. Let us consider the second graphical representation. Again here we have to rearrange the equation. K1 is equal to 2.303 divided by t log of a upon a minus x. So, here this equation can be rearranged. Log of a upon a minus x is equal to k1 divided by 2.303 into t. Again this is the equation of a straight line, and it is a y is equal to mx. So, here we always plot the graph of y versus x. Here the value of the y is log of a upon a minus x, and value of the x is t. So, here the nature of the graph is log of a upon a minus x versus t. There is no intercept, that is why the nature of the graph is straight line passing through the origin. Determine the slope of the line, and here the slope is equal to k1 divided by 2.303. From this slope we can find out the k1. K1 is equal to slope into 2.303, If we determine the slope of this line, the slope of this line is positive, and finally the K1 is also positive. So, this is the graphical representation for the first order reaction. Then second characteristic feature is half-life period of the reaction. All of you know that it is denoted by symbol T1 half, and here half-life period of the reaction is defined as time required to reduce the concentration of the reactant to half of its initial value. It is denoted by symbol T1 half. So, here suppose the initial concentration of the reactant is A moles per liter. When T is equal to T1 half, then A by 2 moles will be reacted and the A by 2 moles of the reactant will be unreacted. So, here X is equal to A by 2 and A minus X is equal to A by 2. Substituting these values, that is the value of X as well as the value of the A minus X and the half-life period in the expression for velocity constant for the first order reaction. So, here the K1 is equal to 2.303 divided by T1 half log of A upon A minus A by 2 or A upon A by 2. So, here A is get cancelled. So, K1 is equal to 2.303 divided by T1 half and log of 2. Actually, this is a log of 2 and log of 2 is 0.3010. So, K1 is equal to 2.303 divided by T1 half into 0.3010. The product of 2.303 into 0.3010, it is a 0.693. So, the expression can be written as K1 is equal to 0.693 divided by T1 half, and finally the T1 half is equal to 0.693 divided by K1. So, here this is the expression for the half-life period for the first order reaction, and from this expression here we can say that half-life period of the first order reaction is inversely proportional to the velocity constant of the first order reaction. Third characteristic feature is unit of rate constant, that is the K1. Again here we have to consider the expression for the velocity constant for the first order reaction. So, K1 is equal to 2.303 divided by T log of A upon A minus X. So, here all of you know that A is the initial concentration of the reactant and A minus X is the concentration of the reactant after time t. Here this A and A minus X both are the concentration term, that is moles per liter and moles per liter. These two terms are cancel, and here there is a 2.303 divided by time. That is why here we can say that the unit for the velocity constant for the first order reaction K1 is equal to time inverse. If time is in second, we can write it is a second inverse. If time is in minute, here we can write the unit minute inverse. If it is in hour, then here the unit is the hour inverse. So, here the unit for the velocity constant for the first order reaction, it is the time inverse. So, these are the three characteristic feature for the first order reaction. Lastly, let us consider examples of the first order reaction. The first and the best example of the first order reaction is the hydrolysis of the ester. So, hydrolysis of ester in presence of dilute HCl catalyst is a first order reaction. This is the methyl acetate plus water in presence of dilute HCl. There is a formation of acetic acid and the methyl alcohol. So, here when we consider this reaction, so the molecularity of this reaction is the 2, but the order of reaction is 1. So, it is a first order reaction, and by applying the law of mass action, here we can write rate is equal to K into concentration of methyl acetate only. Second example is the inversion of the cane sugar. So, here inversion of cane sugar catalyzed with dilute HCl follow the first order kinetics. This is the sugar plus water in presence of dilute HCl. There is a formation of the glucose and fructose. Here the molecularity of this reaction, it is equal to 2, but here when we consider the order of reaction, it is n is equal to 1. That is why it is a inversion of cane sugar, it is a first order reaction. So, here when we apply the law of mass action and when we write the rate law expression, then rate is equal to K into concentration of sugar. The third example is decomposition of H2O2 in aqueous solution, that is the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide in presence of the platinum. Here there is a formation of water and there is the evolution of oxygen gas. Here also molecularity is the 2, but order of this reaction is 1. So, this is the first order reaction. Then decomposition of nitrogen pentoxide in CCl4 solution, it is also first order reaction. All radioactive decays, they have been found to be follow the first order kinetics. And the last example of conversion of N-chloroacetanilide into para-chloroacetanilide, it is also first order reaction. So, these are the 5 examples of the first order reaction. So, here let us consider the first 2 examples once again: hydrolysis of ester as well as the inversion of cane sugar, then decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. In these cases, molecularity is the 2, but the order of reaction is 1. So, here such reactions are called as the pseudo-molecular reaction. So, what is meant by pseudo-molecular reaction? The reaction whose order is not in accordance with molecularity shown by the stoichiometry is called a pseudo-molecular reaction. So, here this inversion of cane sugar, hydrolysis of ester, decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, these are the example of the pseudo-molecular reaction. Here order and molecularity are not same. The reaction whose order is 1, but molecularity is higher than 1, such reactions are called as pseudo-unimolecular reaction. So, these are the pseudo-unimolecular reaction. So, reaction showing pseudo behavior always have order less than molecularity. So, here what are the various reasons for the pseudo behavior? So, inversion of the cane sugar, its molecularity is 2, its order should be 2, but its molecularity is 2, order of reaction is 1. So, what are the various reasons? So, let us consider one by one. The first reason is that one of the reactant in far excess. So, here when we consider the first example, that is a hydrolysis of ester, here there is a water is the reactant, it is a in far excess, as well as here also here sugar plus water, and here the water is in far excess. So, here the rate of this reaction, it is not depend on the concentration of the water, it depend only on the concentration of the sugar. Here also the rate of the hydrolysis, it not depend on the concentration of the water, it depend only on the concentration of the methyl acetate. So, even though the molecularity is the 2, but the order of reaction is 1. So, here when the one of the reactant is present in the large excess, such a reaction show the pseudo behavior. This is the first reason. Then the second reason for the pseudo behavior is that the mechanism of the reaction. So, here let us consider decomposition of H2O2 in the aqueous solution. So, here this is the mechanism of this reaction. The reaction takes place in more than one stages or more than one steps. So, the first step is decomposition of H2O2, H2O plus nascent oxygen. This is the slow reaction. This is the slow reaction, and here the 2 nascent oxygen, when they combine with each other, there is a formation of oxygen gas, and it is the fast reaction. And all of you know that the first step, it is the slow step or the slow reaction, and it is a rate determining step. Here the quantity of the product will depend on the first, that is the slow reaction, and slow reaction is the first order. So, here even though the molecularity of this reaction is the 2, but the order of reaction is 1. So, here the mechanism of the reaction is also responsible for the pseudo behavior of the chemical reaction. And here the third reason for the pseudo behavior. So, just to understand the third reason, let us consider the example conversion of N-chloroacetanilide into para-chloroacetanilide. So, here these are the 2 steps reaction. So, in the first step N-chloroacetanilide plus HCl, there is a formation of acetanilide plus chlorine. Liberated chlorine in this reaction reacts with acetanilide producing the para-chloroacetanilide. So, here the acetanilide plus chlorine, there is a formation of para-chloroacetanilide, and again here there is a recovery of the SCl. So, here actually SCl is our reactant, but here when the reaction takes place SCl is recovered. So, here we can say that the SCl is recovered and reaction depends only one concentration of N-chloroacetanilide. In some reaction at every stage two reactant react, but one of the reactant is recovered at end of the reaction and depends of the reaction on one type reactant only. Here also even though the molecularity is the 2, but here the after completion of the reaction SCl is recovered again. That is why the rate of this conversion of N-chloroacetanilide into the para-chloroacetanilide, the rate of this reaction is not depend on SCl, it depend only on the concentration of N-chloroacetanilide. That is why the molecularity is the 1 and it is the pseudo molecular reaction. Friends, in today's lecture, we have discussed the various points related to the first order reaction, such as what is meant by first order reaction, then expression for velocity constant for the first order reaction, characteristic feature for the first order reaction, that is nature of the graph, half-life period for the first order reaction, then unit for the velocity constant, some examples for the first order reaction, and what is meant by pseudo molecular reaction and the reason for the pseudo molecular reaction. Thank you.